Hi guys, today I'm bringing you high-end Christmas projects that cost me almost nothing. So let's get started. These stocking cutouts, I had my husband cut them from a jigsaw from our scrap wood, and I believe it's underlayment. I'm really not sure. It's brown, it's super hard. I didn't want to try it on the laser because I knew that it was compressed board and it would take forever for it to cut through. So we just did it with a jigsaw. Well, we didn't. He did. And he cut me out several of these from scrap pieces of wood. So there you go. I'm just taking my sander. I couldn't keep that little filter on there. So I was like, forget it. Not even going to mess with it. I just took my sander and sanded both sides of all of these down. And now I am taking my black chalkboard paint from, I don't know if this is Dollar Tree or Dollar General, honestly, but I'm just taking that black chalkboard paint and I am giving these one good coat, and I use some water to get it to glide around on this wood because it is soaking it up faster than I can get it painted. So I just continue to use my water bottle and spritz it and cover all four of these with the chalkboard paint. Now, I went online and found a free pattern for a stocking, and I kind of used that. That's what the shorter, fatter one was, but I didn't really particularly care for that. So we just kind of drew it out in the other sizes. So, and they don't have to be exact, they don't have to be perfect. You can make these stockings as big or as small as you want. I was just trying to use up all of our scrap wood and get some stockings made. I think I saw these in a magazine and I wanted some wooden stockings. I wanted some chippy farmhouse wooden stockings because I thought they looked super cute. So I took the black paint and then I took a candle and waxed them up really good because I wanted to get that chippy look. But honestly, my favorite method is the Vaseline method, which is what I should have used. And I was at the bottom of my paint, and so I watered it down, and I should not have done that. You want to make sure that if you're going to layer up your colors, that you use very pigmented paint. Um, and this was not as red as, like, I would have had to put on 3 coats. So it was not, and see there, it dried almost black again. So I would have had to put on 3 coats to get a good solid red color. And I didn't do that. So I was okay with the black and white, but on the smaller stockings, the red came through as pink because it mixed with the white. So I kind of had to sand that down and then go over it again with some white paint that you'll see here. So after the red dried, I went over it again with some candle wax, and then I take this paint that I got from Ace Hardware. It was an Oops color, and I got it for $2, and it's like a creamy white, real warm white. I call it cream, I don't know, chiffon cream or whatever. It doesn't have a name or even a recipe on the can, which is unfortunate because I really like the color. So I'm going to have to go in and have them color match it for me because I really like it. I just give these 2 good coats, and 2 good coats of white covers it really well. And I do front, back, and all the sides. In the back, I do not paint black. I just go over it and paint it white because I want the back to be finished as well. So you can have 2 different looks on these stockings. Well, actually, you could have 1,000 different looks on these stockings, but we'll go over that in a minute. So now I'm just taking my scraper tool and I am just scraping the wax away to bring out the chippiness and the colors underneath. Now, it did not bring out the red because I didn't color, or I didn't paint the red a solid red color. It blended in with the black too much. So what I needed to do was go over the red like several times to where the red is very pigmented and is very dark. And I didn't do that. So then I take my hair dryer and I melt the wax so that it will be more chippy. But then on this stocking, it went a little bit too chippy. So I just touch it up and it's totally fine. I don't know if you can see the pink tint there, but anyway, so I just continue to heat these up with my hair dryer, and I scrape away some of the wax just to get more chippiness going on. Okay, now these stockings you can give a million different looks. Like, you are only limited to your imagination, literally. You could add hang tags to these. You could add florals to these. You can add bows, ribbons. You can continue painting them. You could add fur. Like, you could do whatever you wanted. I wanted simple and farmhouse. So that's what I'm going for with this look. I decided to take my finger sander and sand on this bigger boot because and the bigger boots because they weren't chipping away as much as I would have liked them to. I just take my finger sander and I just go around all the edges and the body of the boots or the stockings, whatever you want to call them. And I just keep sanding, sanding, sanding until I'm satisfied with the way they look. Now, I painted the backside white, just plain white, and you could actually like put words on them. You could put names on them. Like, there are so many ideas for these wooden stockings that you could do. And I have some more I'm going to make. So I'll probably be making some more and adding some more detail. So you saw me, I just drilled a hole in these. I lined them up and drilled a hole in the corner so they were kind of in the same place. And now I'm going over them with my Mod Podge just to seal them up once I get them as chippy as I wanted. And you'll see those little boots or little stockings, I went over them with some more white paint just to touch them up where it distressed a little too much. And now here I'm showing you that I'm just painting the backside just to get them a finished look. So you could actually hang these either way, the chippy side or the plain white side. And now I'm going to add my farmhouse ribbon, and I dovetail the ends and then I tie them together in one knot. There you go. And then I kind of move the knot down to where it's hidden behind the stocking. You can have the knot showing or the knot hidden, either way. And you could even add a bow at the end of this ribbon if you wanted to, that hangs down, which I thought about doing that, like a bow with long tails. I still might change these up a little bit, but I kind of like them just plain. And I think they look so high end just plain. You guys, let me know what you think. Would you add more detail to these? Would you leave them as is? I like them as is. I have more of these cut out, and I will be making some more of these in some videos coming up to give you guys some more ideas of what you can do with these wooden boots and your scrap wood. And these were literally free. It only cost me the ribbon, which I have a crap ton of ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I love this ribbon. It is so farmhouse. Today, I am participating in a Christmas collaboration hosted by Liyana DIY. Guest hosts are Sarah from Jujubee DIY and Bree from Bree's Arts. Our other friends that are joining us today are Lori from Lori Bly DIY, Amber from DIY with Amber, Emily from Farm Charm Chic, and Kathy from Crafty Kathy. All right, guys, I hope that if you are not watching these ladies, you will go over and visit their channels. They are all amazing crafters. I love them all dearly, and I have been watching them forever. So love these ladies and respect them so much. And their DIYs are just amazing. Let's get back to the DIYs. Jumping right in. All right, so now these little plaques came in my $5 grab bag from Michael's. So literally they cost me, I don't know, less than $1. Like, we're talking cents here. I had no idea what to do with these, and since my first project didn't work out that I had in mind, I had to improvise, and I needed some wood rounds. Well, these are kind of round, but they're going to work just fine. So what I do is I use some rich black paint from Folk Art, and I just dump some on here. And even though I covered these really good with a good coat of paint, you could still see the bullseye. Like, literally, you could still see the lines of the bullseye. I was floored. I was like, really? Huh. Anyway, so I had to go over these twice, both of them, and I left the hangers on just until I got them painted so I would have something to hold on to. And then once I got them painted, I went ahead and Mod Podged the top and the sides so that we could seal them and the paint wouldn't chip off. Then I changed things up a little bit, and instead of doing vinyl, I did heat transfer vinyl. And like this worked out amazing because there were so many little intricate pieces. There's no way I would have been able to weed this with vinyl. It would have taken me for hours, and I didn't have hours or the patience for that. So I use HTV when I have an intricate design and little tiny letters. And anyway, that's what I do. I am using my light box here, and it works. Oh my gosh, it is such a lifesaver with this white vinyl because I mean, I'm not old. I refuse to say that I am old or getting old or anything to do with old, but my eyes just don't work as well as they used to. And this white vinyl is so hard to see. And with these little tiny little lines and cutouts, it is a lifesaver. I will leave the link to this light box down below in my description box if you're interested, but I can't. I love it. I use it all the time. All the time. And now I'm just using my mini heat press, and I am pressing this down on these wood rounds. And I created these designs, guys, in Canva. So I will be putting some designs on my Etsy store, and I will be offering up one for free to you guys that you can download and use if you want to. And it will be a cut file, so you could use it with your laser, you could use it with your heat transfer vinyl, or you could use it with your cutting machine and just regular vinyl. Now, I will say that these little snowflakes, they turned out amazing with the HTV. Now, with the regular vinyl, not so much. Not one came out. Not one. So there you go. Okay, so now I am just finishing the backs. And I take my purple glue stick and I rub it all over the back of this, and then I put some brown paper down and I cover the backs with brown paper. And then I take my cutting, my little X-Acto knife thing, my Fiskars, and I cut around it, and it cuts perfectly fine. And then I take my little scraper tool and press down any glue or any wrinkles that are in the brown paper, and it turns out perfect. And I just go around the edges and make sure that it's all smoothed out. And I do sand around the edges. It only takes a tiny bit of sanding. And then I am trying to pick out these little feet from Dollar Tree. They're little like sticks. I don't know what they're called. But I tried to pick out 8 that were all pretty close to the same size so that my tray would be level. And I glued them on with Gorilla Hot Glue. And that's that. Look how cute these are. Now, on one of my trays, my A stuck to my, what do you call that, parchment paper. So I had to redo the A, but it turned out as well. And then after I got all of this ironed down, I went over it again with Mod Podge because there's going to be food setting on it, cookies and cups and treats and whatever. And I wanted it to be nice and sealed. Now, guys, if you're returning, I want to thank you so much. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing and sticking around and joining the Rusted Willow family. I would really appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel to grow here on YouTube. And guys, we're almost to 15,000 subscribers. So since I cannot get the winners of the Hippo Mini Heat Press to contact me, I'll probably be giving that away again. And I think I have some more giveaways coming too. So stay tuned for that. When I reach 15,000 subscribers, we will be having more giveaways. Yay! All right. Now, I think this is my absolute favorite project. I love all the projects I made today, but this one, it tops it. It just, It just does it for me. I've been wanting one of these signs for so long and I just haven't had the time to make it, and I was going to design it, and then I thought, "Why? Why are you going to design this? You have all of these stickers and wall decals and all this stuff." So, this is a tabletop that we tore apart, and I will link the video down below for that part. And it actually has a design on the other side, which was also made with stickers, and you can't even tell. It looks amazing. So if you didn't catch that video, I will link it down below, and I will also put it in the cards. Now, I was going to use my Ace Hardware Oops paint on this table, but then I thought, no, I want it to be durable. I want it to last for years and years and years. So I'm using my all-in-one um, paint. And this paint is actually a sealer, paint, and primer all in one. And you have to stir it up really, really well. It says to stir for like 15 or 20 minutes. Well, we're going to pretend like I did that. And then I start covering it. Now, I went over this with Mod Podge first. I had already painted it black when I did my previous design on the opposite side, which I will show you later. And then I was going to use, like I said, the Oops paint from Ace Hardware, and I changed my mind. So I went ahead and Mod Podged it, and I know it had some white paint in it, but that's fine. It went on just fine. I gave this 2 good coats of the all-in-one paint in, I think it's called Cashmere, and it's a really beautiful warm white color. And then I am distressing the edges, and I just kind of go around, distress the whole thing. There was some spots where the Mod Podge was goopy and it didn't want to dry, and it's okay. I just went over it and sanded it, and then I went over it again and kind of dry brushed on some places where it didn't want to sand, it just wanted to scratch. So this paint is so durable that it didn't want to distress. So there you go. But I did the best I could. I distressed it just a little bit, not as much as I wanted to, because it wasn't distressing well, because it's such good paint. Now, this paint I would probably use with the Vaseline if you want a good distressing on it. So then I have these stickers from Walmart. Now, I had some comments on my comments on some of my videos about what to use if you don't have a cutting machine. Well, guys, you can use stickers. You can use transfers. You can print out the design in color on your printer and just mirror it and then Mod Podge it onto your design, which I've shown that several times. There's so many methods of making beautiful signs for not a lot of money. I mean, I've gone through a lot of them here on my channel. So what I'm doing now, I'm just trying to get this centered, and there's a fly that's bugging the crap out of me. And I know it looks off-centered now, and that's because the top to this table is not straight on my table, but I guarantee you it is centered. So I just start sticking these stickers down, and I got these after Christmas at Walmart for 50% off. So they were regularly $2.98. I don't know how much they are this year, but I got these last year or the year before. I don't even remember because it's been so long. And I got them at least half off. Might have been more, but I know it was at least half off. So literally $1.50. The whole table cost me $5, and these stickers cost me $1.50. And the stickers that I used on the other side, I believe cost me $3.49, something like that, because I got them at Hobby Lobby on clearance as well. So you can have a beautiful double-sided sign for under $10, literally. And I just look at the picture on the box and just start sticking these down. And I pretty much follow the picture on the box. You can put these trees however you want, but I loved it as it was. And so that's what I did. It was really quick and easy. And now don't do this. Once you stick it down, look, it pulled my paint up. And my paint was dry, but it still pulled my paint up. These are super sticky, and when I mean super sticky, once you stick them down, they're stuck. Like, you're not pulling them up, so you need to make sure that wherever you put it, you want it there. I just love how this sign turns out. I've been wanting one of these for so long, and I was gonna design one and offer it to you guys for free, and I just ran out of time, but I had this already in my stash, and I just thought, "It's perfect." I loved it when I bought it, and I love it now. So now I have a sign that I can just flip around. One is for Thanksgiving, one is for Christmas, and it is ready to go. Now I just take my little Cricut tool and I just rub these down just to make sure there's no air bubbles and that they're nice and stuck. And then see, here's the back side. I love it. And here is the other back side. So I don't know which is the front or which is the back, but there it is. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. Now, guys, if this doesn't look high end, now when I get done with this, you can't even tell that those are stickers on there. I take my Mod Podge and I take my paintbrush that has a tiny bit of white paint in it. And so it kind of goes over the words and the trees and everything. And when it dries, you cannot tell that these are stickers. You cannot tell one bit. Wait till you see the final reveal. I mean, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Let me know what you think. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I love it. All right, guys, don't forget to go over and visit my girls' channels. You will love them if you have not already visited their channels. I am telling you, you will not be disappointed. And let's get into the final reveal. Now, can you tell those are stickers? No, you cannot. Amazing. High end, I'm telling you, this looks completely high end. And I love how this little tray turned out. I put my grandbaby's names on there because, well, I know Miss London has some explaining to do, but we won't talk about that right now. She's so ornery. I love how these stockings turned out. Oh my goodness. I just love all these projects. And, I'm supposed to be making stuff for my booth, but I don't know. I love them. There's the white side. I love the distressed side, but I like the white side too. I might just add some words to the white side. What do you think? Let me know which side you like better, the white side or the distressed side. And would you add words to it? Would you add bows? Would you add greenery? Like, what would you add to the stocking? All right, guys. I want to thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you like this video, here's some more that you might like as well. And don't forget to go over and visit the girls and their channels. I will see you in the next one. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your week.